What I do is I start from the livestock side of it, go backwards to the soil, and then finish up with the livestock. Only because this is where most people look first. So we'll look there first and give you some detailed bird's eye views and also some big picture bird's eye views, and then go back to the soil and see if we can't start connecting some dots with fertility, with nutrition as it relates to fertility, and then looking at symptoms based on whether or not the dots are actually connecting, which is tomorrow, and some of the basic formulas that you can use if you want. They're very, very easy to make. We have some boilerplate formulas that are very generic but very applicable, very subject to you tweaking them with your own raw materials here, and then going back and trying to make some of these dots work. So anyway, this is a favorite quote of mine, which is Fritjof Schwann, which is kind of the obvious. You know, that which is lacking in the present world is a profound knowledge of the nature of things. And I think that sometimes when you look at some of the old texts, and I have to emphasize this, in the United States, I don't know what you know about the dairy industry, and I don't care whether you're here as a beef farmer, sheep farmer, or dairy farmer. It's primarily oriented toward ruminants, but really it's oriented toward the whole farm. I take the position that if you really want to connect the dots, the best way of doing that is looking at the farm as an organism. And that means crops, soils, animals, manure, hedgerows, whatever it might be. All these components make an organism collectively. And in the United States, because we've become so cubicalized and industrialized, and we've all been focused on yield, one of the issues that we're finding out is that, you know, we're losing not just farm numbers. We're losing, for example, shelf life. We're losing shelf life of crops, and we're losing shelf life of animals. For example, in the dairy industry, we have about 9 or 10 million dairy head throughout the continental United States. And does anybody have any idea what the culling age of, average culling age is now in the United States of all these dairy animals? 1.8. I'm sorry? 1.8 lactations. You're right. You're right. About 43 months of age before you call a cow out. 1.8 lactations. So we're talking about an industry that obviously now has created another industry, which is dairymen that used to milk cows, that are not milking cows, are actually engaged in the production of heifer replacements for what we call the Burnham and Turnham herds. That is the herds that don't have animals in the milking stream more than a couple of years, really, because they don't stay there because their feet blow off, or their livers cave in, or they can't get bred back, or whatever it is. And when you factor in the fact that the replacement costs now have a stable floor price on them, where it used to be there was a roller coaster price that attached to milk prices and cull cow prices. Cull cow prices are about consistent, way down here, and replacement prices are consistent way up here because we just can't meet the numbers. So if this is sustainability, profitability, then we got to start changing what Webster calls sustainability and profitability.